How are you guys?
Good. Good to be back.
Yeah. Where am I looking first? Just at
Me.
you?
You're looking at me. I want to transport us back to 10 months ago.
Here at the par 5 at Dunlap, the leader.
Pins over on the left, so out of the right rough. Let's see if he can get enough club on it to get there.
Yes, he does. How about hole high and then some?
So he's going to have a good look at eagle.
It was a 5-iron kind of low underneath the tree. It wasn't as hard of a shot as it may have looked. I could get it high. I could probably get it over the tree and get it around the front edge of the green, but it kind of had this perfect, like, kind of shoot up the middle of the green where I thought if I could at least get it anywhere, you know, short right, long right, you could definitely get it on the green. But through the green, all of it was going to be pretty easy chipping that left hole. You kind of just had to get it up to the right somewhere. And it just came out perfect, chase right up on the green, hole high, and couldn't have executed it any better. And the putt was one of those putts from about 6 feet out. And the whole time it was a perfect putt.
Count it again.
5-shot lead. The biggest lead by an amateur ever on the PGA Tour.
Around, I think it was my 12th or 13th hole. I had cameras and people watching all day, but it was really when there was almost like an energy around it where I felt like, okay, I'm either around the lead or have the lead. So I kind of knew around then, and then the rest of the day I had no idea, but I knew I was in a good spot.
Dunlap from the fairway, this for 59.
This was kind of just a stock pitching wedge. Right pin, this I knew, make it, shoot 59. Hunter was trying to get me to aim about 12 feet left of it, and there was no way I wasn't going anywhere but the flag on that one. Came out a little right. The wind was, there's not much wind out there, but it was fractionally off the right. So it was almost one of those shots where you probably weren't going to miss it right. The wind was going to hold it in there, and then came off perfect in that putt. I had it kind of left edge. He had it inside the hole, and it was perfect left center, and it didn't move an inch.
What a round by the 20-year-old.
Did it take until that hole to know you were close to 59? Like, did you know in any of the preceding holes?
Oh, yeah, I knew. Yeah. I mean, if you play golf, like you know where you're at. It's hard to ignore, especially a low round like that. You know, I was 11 under, I think, and I don't know, we're 26, 27 under. I knew I had the lead. I didn't know by how much. And obviously a birdie 8 and 9. 8 was just kind of a tough pin for me to get at with the club that I had. So you kind of play out in the middle of the green, try to make a putt, and then 9, 59 would be great. But I was also trying to win a golf tournament.
Yeah, and I think 60 tied the lowest round by an amateur ever. So I guess you take that.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Played well the first day and played well the second day. And you're like, oh, he's going to have a good event. This is cool. I got a chance to make the cut and then shoot 60. And then after that, you're like, wow, he might actually can, win this thing. So, yeah, definitely Saturday night. That's when the nerves set in and headed for a big day on Sunday.
Trying to do something that we haven't seen on the PGA Tour since 1991. Game face is on, and the first swing, so they gather around to see what kind of pressure the 20-year-old's going to feel. No problem off that opening tee.
Confidence level was obviously high. I was nervous as all get out, but I was playing unbelievable, and I knew that. I knew maybe there would be some loose shots early, just nerves, first time being in that moment. So I wasn't trying to be perfect. I'm not going to say exactly what the mindset was, but in certain moments like that, in the past, whether it's US Opens or other PGA Tour events, I let my mind wander and let kind of my eyes wander off from where I'm looking. And I was just trying to be very aggressive to conservative targets. That was a good swing, actually. Man, that was a really good swing.
Is there a little juice? There's a little extra juice.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw the ball speed on that through it, and I don't know if I've hit I think it was like 175 or 174, whatever the ball speed was. I don't think I've ever hit a 3 wood that hard. But yeah, if just for the first, let's say 3 holes until I kind of got settled in and comfortable, there was adrenaline. You kind of have to play that into your iron shots and into your wedges. It's going a little far. When I am nervous, I try to talk a little bit more, and I think it's easy to get super quiet and kind of tense. And Hunter did a good job talking with me, especially down the first hole, down the second hole, until I kind of got comfortable and into the round.
Off the 7th tee, all you got to do is find this fairway, and the hole sits in a little bowl. It had the easiest wedge shot in the world. That looked like a shank first mistake of the day. Huge mistake.
What are you thinking on the tee shot off 7?
Obviously focused and locked in, and I had my target. It was just one of those weird things where, like, I mean, you can see my reaction as soon as I hit it, just completely let go of the club. Just bad swing, bad time.
My first time I saw him was on 7T, and I mean, it was right of right. He didn't see me, of course. Thank goodness I didn't make him nervous, but it was in the middle of the pond, and I'm like, you know how you have, all the superstitions of a golfer, like, great. You finally hear, and he hits 150 right in the middle of the pond and makes double.
You can't even see land where the thing landed. It's just straight water.
Does your head spin after something like that?
A little, but I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. It's in the past.
First test of adversity for Dunlap.
Statistically, most players, when they lose a lead, they lose it because they drive the ball out of position and then miss short putts. So I wanted him to understand that getting out of position, let's get the ball back in position. We don't have to be a Superman.
This is another good shot.
Oh, they made double. And Sam made birdie. He had a 3-shot lead and went down square.
So we have a co-lead now. Sam Burns, Nick Dunlap, 26 under.
It was a situation that I've never been in before, having to lead in a PGA Tour event. Now I almost kind of laugh at it because it's exactly what Brett was talking about all week. It's something, expect something weird to happen, and it did, and I kind of knew what to do from there. I don't think I made a bogey on Friday or Saturday, so it's like, take it to the chin, move on, go to the next.
Little different scenario here, and maybe mindset in that first bit of adversity for Dunlap.
I was right in between a 4 and a 3 iron, and I thought, I'm not going to say a 4 iron was a layup, but it was a stretch just to get it to the green, and he was okay with me hitting a 3 iron as long as it didn't get past the hole.
I don't think 3's going long. I don't think long's that bad either. Okay. Especially, I mean, as long as you're left of the hole.
Dunlap right now, you need a case of amnesia. It's a new game now, reset and move forward.
Left it in a good spot. It's pretty basic uphill pitch.
Textbook there.
Had a good read on it, hit it exactly where I was looking to see it go. It definitely kind of settled me in. It's nice to get a birdie back after 7 for sure.
He did look like he was a little bit, on his heels a little bit, maybe emotionally, or just, it looked big or whatever, but it never looked too big for him. He has that whatever you want to call it, killer, assassin, winner, competitive gene.
He fought through not just one adversity, but another mistake. And so being able to navigate that, and with Hunter on the bag and being able to help him through those things, I think shows the maturity of his mindset. And he is much wiser for his age.
The putt on 14 was really big for me.
Made some big putts, hasn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's so full of confidence.
Having Sam make birdie and then making that on top of him just kind of got me into a zone of like, all right, let's play some golf. I'm, 1 back, 4 to play. I'm in a good spot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, kisses the stick.
I think that ball would have ended up closer if it hadn't hit the flagstick, or do you think it was bounding?
I don't know. It was bounce. I think it probably would have ended up about the same spot because it would have checked up on that last bounce.
Dunlap to regain a share of the lead. Oh, grazes the left edge.
He had a 3-shot lead, and he trails by 1.
This is a laser here for Dunlap.
Wow.
And that was probably one of the best drives I had all week. I crushed one down there and was able to give myself a long iron. However, with that pin, you miss it left, and it is no good.
He's only got 213 front, 244 total.
See what he's got.
And this is headed to the right side of the green. And it's going to end up in that collection area on the right-hand side, but he has the entire length of the green to work with for his third.
All right, up and down for a birdie to get it to 29 under par.
What'd you see with that pitch and what you were trying to do?
I knew it was super fast. I thought I hit a better pitch than what it rolled out to. I definitely didn't think I had 12 feet when I hit that pitch. That being said, I got to watch it roll right past it, so I knew what it was doing coming back. And I think Hunter kind of stepped in, and we both had a spot out, cup, a little less than a cup.
This putt doesn't break as much as it looks. See if they read it correctly.
And I had a little brown speck about, that's kind of how I like to read putts, whether it's the high point or just inside of the high point. I'll see them rolling over it just inside, just outside, and it perfectly hit my spot there.
Broadcast says at that point, he hasn't been intimidated all day.
Has not been intimidated all day long.
Oh, yeah.
Made some big putts when he's had to, and that was huge to 29 under.
Is that how you felt internally?
Yeah, I just tried to stick to me, honestly. I knew who those guys were. They're two unbelievable players, and I tried my best to stick to me, and I knew if I executed my game plan, whether I won or not, I was going to be happy with how the day turned out.
He's been in big moments, obviously, in his career, so he knows his body. You're looking at the middle of the green, but you've got another, 8 yards to play with past that if adrenaline comes into it.
I don't exactly remember what the number was.
9-iron, though?
No, it was an 8-iron. Wind was in off the left, and I talked with Sam about this. It was a bad number for both of us. I think it was right in that 164-ish range, and the wind was in off the left, and I tried to chip an 8 and just kind of hold it back into the wind a little bit.
You see him go in the water then, is it just game on here? Let's go pounce there? That's not what you want to happen, but it happens.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of a window where I was like, okay, that was the first time all day. I'm like, all right, I'm about to have a lead going into 18. Let's try to roll this in. You never know what can happen. I was trying to leave it below the hole, but obviously not that below the hole. Hit it perfectly fine and was happy to see it take off on a somewhat straight trajectory. Walking off that green, it got real pretty quick for me. I remember talking with Hunter kind of all day about 18, and I was planning on hitting a 3-iron. There's a bunker to the right that's 245 to cover, and you've got to get over that. So I'm like, okay, if I hit a 3-iron and it doesn't cover that, then I'm kind of screwed. I remember Hunter standing on 18, and he's like, what do you like? I'm like, I really don't like either club, to be honest. And he's like, all right, it's just a 3-wood, kind of hit it. I thought I had a 2-shot lead. I didn't know that Christian had made birdie, and I was like, okay, let's just hit a 3-wood down the right, and we'll go find it and play from there.
Let's see if he can get the job done. First things first, you got to find this fairway.
Up by 2 with the honor. Asking for it to get left, it does not. So we'll see where the lie is.
Same thing then with the approach, just let's kind of leave it out there to the right and get up and down.
Yeah, I obviously wasn't trying to miss the green, but I was definitely favoring, middle right edge of that green, trying to get it to 35 feet and 2-putt and move on.
Look at this coming all the way down.
What a great break. I mean, that could have kicked way to the right over there. Could have kicked back to the left in the bunker.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky to get it to that collection area, but obviously knew that little right, chipping area was perfectly fine.
17 green, they had the scoreboard, and he had the 2-shot lead. And between 17 and 18, Bezuidenhout had made birdie, but we didn't know. I mean, we couldn't hear it.
This for birdie.
Yeah, it could get to 28 under par. You never know.
Wow. And it is not over yet. Christian Bezuidenhout, the 29-year-old from South Africa, trying to win for the first time on tour. 65 in the final round.
I think the XM announcer is doing the, play-by-play, and he's like, all right, he's in a decent spot, but he needs to get up and down for the win. And I'm like, up and down, so he's got to make par.
And Nick Dunlap, the 20-year-old amateur from the University of Alabama, 75 feet away, needs to get up and down to be the first amateur to win on the PGA Tour in 33 years. That's all.
So I'll literally go over to him and ask him, does he need to make par or bogey? And he's like, he needs par, but Bezuidenhout made it. And I was like, oh, dang. Once I found out we were walking up to the green, I was like, we need par to win. I just felt like he needed to know and would want to know.
Randall Terry, I can report to you, he knows the situation now.
I'm not trying to make a bogey over there, even if I did have a 2-shot lead. I'm still trying to get it up and down. It honestly may have locked me in a little bit more of okay, here we go. I got to get this. Now there's no I can just kind of bail. I'm I got to get this up and down. Let's go do this. And Coach Sewell, we've done a lot of up and down games here. That was something that he always did for me, was set up an 18-hole like up and down game, and you got to, you know, shoot one over or better. So you're 17 times you get it up and down, whether you chip in or whatever. And that's kind of what was all going through my head. Is like, all right, you know, it's the last hole of this up and down game. I just got to get it up and down to win that game.
He picked a spot out. He's got that spot in mind, and now then you just got to execute.
Mom's got the phone out. Excellent. Not quite done.
Obviously, green's a little elevated, kind of downhill slope. It was kind of, I'm not going to say a hard chip, but it was just kind of a weird chip with just kind of how it's set up. It needed a little bit of loft, but it was on a down slope. And obviously, all you had to do was get on the green. It was going to roll all the way to the hole. Yeah, I was pleased with that. Yeah, just somewhere below the hole, putting up the hill and give myself a good look.
Take me through the putt then. Pretty simple, not in those circumstances.
Jim and Charlene, mom and dad, his girlfriend Izzy's here. They all came here for this final round, along with his college coach, J.C. Will, and now watching here at 18.
It really was like the putt you want to win. I mean, it's left center. It's pretty straight up the hill, but it's a huge moment, and it's still hard to make the putt.
It was a weird moment for me. I was super nervous. Your mind likes to see more than what's really there, and you try to get all you can out of it. You try to make sure that it's perfect. And I remember walking around that putt a couple times, like, okay, this is what I always dreamed of, having a putt to win a PGA Tour event.
From inside of 6 feet.
I could tell he was a little nervous. He called me in to read it. I just said, it's left center. Your mom can make this putt. You know, go knock it in. I'd actually heard that. I was watching the PGA Championship, Tiger against Bob May, and he's like, I just told myself my mom can make that putt.
My putter is my strong suit, and I always rely on that. And it was just a weird sense of this is where I always wanted to be. Like, this is really cool. And when I got over it, everything went silent.
History in the desert. For the first time since 1991, an amateur has won on the PGA Tour. Nick Dunlap wins the American Express. Wow.
After that went in, I just kind of blacked out. I wish I would have taken it in a little bit more, because I really didn't know the importance of what happened until after the fact.
And make sure you take that with you.
I had no idea how many people showed up until I looked around after, and the support I got was just insane. Everybody from my small circle to all my friends, they all showed up. It shows who they are to fly out there. I know it's kind of last minute, and Palm Springs isn't the easiest place in the world to get to. They didn't miss it, and I'm glad they were all there. It was just such a cool week.
Come on, Nick.